me tell y'all about this all right? For the past couple of months, I've been very quiet, but I've been going through a lot of stuff that I keep to myself. First thing first, this guy, right, is upset because I sent his girlfriend text messages of him begging me, saying he was gonna take away his life, begging me, saying he's gonna take away my life. I blocked you, even though I know you was gonna go to Atlanta, and I was like, I didn't want to know what you was doing out there. I told you I blocked. You was calling me all private numbers all morning. You was calling my mama.
Word on the street is Offset is hanging by a thread these days. Cardi B just exposed that he's been blowing up her phone with sorry excuses for love messages, crying that he can't breathe without her, and even threatening to end his own life if she doesn't drop Stefan. What should have been a run-of-the-mill messy split has now mutated into something far nastier. And if you believe Cardi, her mission to guard her peace is falling apart under Offset's endless meltdown, and the worst part, this circus might only be warming up, famous for swinging between wild antics and a fake laid-back front. Offset has truly sunk to new depths this time. Roll back to March 2025. Cardi B jumped on Live and left everyone frozen when she confessed that Offset wasn't just begging her to come back. He was hitting her with threats to erase both their lives if she dared not listen.
Right? For the past couple of months, I've been very quiet, but I've been going through a lot of stuff that I keep to myself. First thing first, this guy, right, is upset because I sent his girlfriend text messages of him begging me, saying he was gonna take away his life, begging me, saying he's gonna take away my life.
This hit like a slap coming from a man who'd spent months acting like he was dead inside. Offset had been parading around all aloof, pretending he couldn't care less about who Cardi B cuddled up with or how fast she bounced back.
Hey, we have. Hey, what's up, Twin? Cut the light on. Cut the light on. Yeah, man. I just want to let y'all folks know we having. Know what I mean? It's here. I'm going up out of this though. Y'all live with that.
But behind closed doors, a totally different horror story was playing out, and all signs pointed to this not being some fluke meltdown. Cardi B swears the calls and texts kept hitting her phone nonstop. They were relentless, vicious, obsessive, and downright creepy, proof that Offset can't cut the cord. No matter how silent he acts for the public eye, that fake quiet, it's starting to feel less like peace and more like a cover for something far uglier, which Cardi finally decided to drag into daylight. One jaw-drop moment came when she revealed she'd actually reached out to Offset's rumored flame, Melanie Jada, the same model caught flexing with him on a luxury Dubai spree. Cardi says she shot those disturbing texts straight to Melanie, not to stir drama, but to shake her awake, and when Offset found out, he snapped. The wild part, just days earlier, he'd allegedly fired off revenge explicit clips to Stefan Diggs, Cardi's new man. So nobody missed the double standard dot, and it didn't end there. Cardi spilled how every time she hits the road, Offset detonates, blowing up her phone with nasty voice notes stacked with cruel jabs meant to rip her self-worth apart, including humiliating lines designed to wreck her mood. Worse still, she claims he'd FaceTime her while laid up with his new girl. Mind games to keep her twisted from a distance. Coming from a mega star that's exhausted, it hits different. Cardi called it what it is: pure emotional abuse, revenge, threats, obsessive harassment, and mental torment that bled her dry. This isn't messy gossip anymore. It's about survival, hard boundaries, and one woman clawing back her peace while he drags her deeper into chaos.
All that was mad. He's mad about that. Mind you, this man sent text messages to somebody that I was dealing with me and him having sex. That's the type of I've been dealing with for the past 2 months. Every time he knows that I go out of town, he harasses me. He leave me voice notes trying to put my self-esteem to the ground, and I'm so tired of it.
And if all this sounds jaw-dropping, it's honestly not that out of left field. Cardi B had already been dropping breadcrumbs earlier this year. Back in January, she publicly called out Offset, and even his own mother, for allegedly robbing her blind. The details were murky, but the mood was heavy around the same time. She also dragged Offset for ghosting their kids during the holidays while playing super dad for his other children, showering them with gifts like nothing was wrong. And fans couldn't help but wonder if this was neglect or a twisted way to mess with Cardi. Everything points to one ugly truth: control. From the endless messages to the holiday snubs, it's obvious Offset's chaos hasn't been random. It's been calculated, these days, Cardi supporters straight up call it corset control. And they're not wrong, the endless loops of fake apologies, guilt trips, humiliation, and mental games fit a nasty pattern that's hard to ignore. Insiders claim this whole meltdown might have one clear spark. Stefan Diggs' word is, Offset isn't just salty about Cardi moving on. He's burning mad. The thought of her cozying up to a big-name guy like Diggs apparently snapped him in half. And that's why he's been begging her to cut things off. When that failed, the text turned darker. The threats got louder and now the world's watching. Offset unraveled publicly in a way nobody's seen before, according to people close to the chaos. He's been on his knees begging. Offset has been down on his knees begging Cardi B to forgive him, swearing he'll change, pleading with her not to push the divorce through. But Cardi isn't buying the act. She's seen this circus before. Back in 2020, she filed for divorce the first time over his cheating. Gave him another shot, even tried patching it up. But by last year, the truth slapped her again. Nothing had really changed. This time it's bigger than just betrayal. It's about him being missing in action as a partner, a dad, and a provider. Cardi says she's the one footing every single bill, school fees, security, childcare, while Offset, she claims, couldn't even bother to show up. For her, it's not just disappointment, it's betrayal, and that's her final line now. With Offset threatening to take his own life, the situation's turned chilling. But Cardi is done entertaining fairy tales. She's crystal clear. He's not sorry, he hasn't changed. And she won't let him drag her back into the mess that broke her once already. This divorce is her shield for herself, her kids, and her sanity. And his public meltdown is now too loud to ignore. Things blew up further when Offset saw a photo of their son, Wave rocking the same braided hairstyle as Stefan Diggs, the NFL star rumored to be Cardi's new flame. That innocent pic lit a fuse. Offset stormed X with rage posts, dropping veiled threats, ranting about how to react when someone plays with his kid. In one deleted rant, he even posted, "That was somebody died for playing with my son. Call me the crash out." But this wasn't really about braids. It was a symbol that another man might be stepping into his old shoes, not just as Cardi's lover but as a father figure too. That image, plus the now viral yacht clip of Cardi twerking on Stefan while he playfully smacked her behind, seemed to shatter Offset completely. The couple looked carefree, in love, unbothered, while Offset spun out, crashing hard and trying to remind the world he still mattered in her life. But the truth is, the world is watching and the vibe has flipped. Insiders say Offset's behavior behind the scenes only spiraled worse from there. She spilled that after getting a flood of threatening messages from him, she fired them off straight to his girlfriend, a model named Melanie Jada, who'd been spotted living it up with him in Dubai on a luxury spree. That move sent Offset into meltdown mode, but Cardi didn't flinch. Why? Because she claims Offset had already crossed a bigger line, allegedly sending explicit revenge material to Stefan Diggs. In a jealous rage, Cardi later revealed that every time she travels, Offset spins out, drowning her in voice notes packed with cruel, demeaning jabs meant to crush her self-worth. And this wasn't just a one-off tantrum, it was months of calculated mental torture, dressed up as fake apologies. Things turned even darker when Cardi got raw with fans in an unfiltered X Spaces, confessing that the marriage had sucked her dry emotionally, mentally, and physically.
Last year, I really felt like I was going crazy. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. Like, my baby came out 5 pounds. A healthy baby. No,
But clearly, nothing really shifted, and it reached a point where, in her own raw words, she said, "I was gonna end up going to jail cause I was gonna end up killing him with my bare hands." That brutal honesty hit fans right in the gut, and a lot of them now see Offset's recent chaos not as heartbreak but pure control. And just when everyone thought he might chill out, Offset goes to the internet altogether. Poof. Instagram and X wiped clean. No warning, no goodbye. Just vanished.
There has been some more things with Offset and Cardi. Offset has now deleted his Instagram and his X account. His X account currently pulls up as this account does not exist, and you can't even go to his Instagram.
And that vanishing act practically shouted emotional meltdown on the surface. He was slipping away. But insiders claim he's losing it behind closed doors over Cardi's deepening bond with Stefan. And the ugly truth at this time, it's probably unfixable. But what really made jaws drop in the middle of this chaos? Offset had the nerve to demand child support, yep. Even though Cardi is the one paying for everything, from private schools to round-the-clock security, it's still her wallet carrying the entire load.
I know it's not his team. I know it's his. Gonna tell the Breakfast Club, the only reason The only reason why this motherfucker asking for spousal support, because I was asking for everything. Because I was asking for everything, and because I don't be with my kids. Yo, you such a pussy, nigga. Word to my mother. I want you to die, but I want you to die slow, nigga.
She's sitting on an estimated $80 to $100 million, while Offset barely hovers around $30 million. Yet he still had the audacity to waltz into court asking for more. Word is, the judge handed them joint custody but gave primary residence to Cardi just to keep the kids' lives steady. The irony wasn't lost on anybody. How could he demand support when, by Cardi's own account, he's been missing in action? And Cardi hasn't exactly kept quiet. She's been dragging Offset in public for being emotionally and financially checked out. According to her, he skipped showing up for the kids, their lives, and her, while she juggles hit songs solo, parenting, and constant media storms. She's always said Offset cares more about flexing for the gram than actually being there. Fatherhood, she reminds everyone, isn't about birthday shoutouts and fancy captions, it's about showing up. And on that front, Offset has flopped over and over for Cardi. This marriage didn't just crash overnight. It rotted slowly while she carried the emotional load, covered the mess, and shielded the kids from the chaos. Now that she's done faking it, she's out here calling him what he is, a deadbeat dad. She's confronting him head-on and, most importantly, finally claiming back her peace and her time.
To make yourself feel better, because I make you feel so low about yourself. Because I don't make you feel like you're that nigga in this home. So that's what you gotta do. So you out here trying to hurt my feelings because you can the next. I don't give a. Because them hoes ain't good enough that I be having you crashing out all weekend. You was mad happy today when I called you today. And the only reason why I called you today is because I'm trying to change my son's school and I need your approval. Other than that, nigga, I don't care. The world, my ops. I'm with your ops. That's one for your ops. Yeah, of course, because you don't move with integrity. You're not a street nigga. That's what you do. That's what you do. Oh, I'm gonna go for your ops. Boo hoo. I don't give a fuck. You can fuck my ops. You fuck my friends, nigga. I don't give a shit. You're a lame to me, and you will never equate to me. And it's crazy that I even let you even play with me.
But the internet isn't exactly singing one tune over this mess. Some folks still think Offset is genuinely sorry, claiming his public meltdown screams regret, not manipulation. Others keep dragging up old whispers about Cardi's timeline, with Steph and Diggs wondering if their fling actually overlapped with her final stretch with Offset. And back then, she was 8 months pregnant, with fans already gossiping that she and Diggs were quietly vibing, when academics chimed in, claiming these industry women pay Diggs to hang around and that he's busy with other rappers too. It only stoked the fire if that's even half true. Some say Offset's pain might run deeper than just bruised pride. Maybe it's raw betrayal. Still, even with all that, most people agree his threats, rants, and alleged revenge stunts have crossed the line into toxic control. Even his old offenders are starting to side-eye the drama, seeing this so-called meltdown as a desperate bid to yank back power he doesn't have anymore. Meanwhile, as Cardi and Diggs keep popping up on yachts, giggling and locked hand-in-hand at events, unbothered as ever, Offset is getting dragged left and right for allegedly weaponizing his mental health to reel her back in. Not because folks think he can't be hurting, but because the timing, the stunts, and the patterns scream manipulation. Truth is, he got chances. Cardi stayed, forgave, gave him do-over after do-over. But now that door is shut tight, not out of revenge, but to protect herself and her kids online. Fans aren't sugarcoating it. He's not heartbroken. He's mad he can't control her anymore. Another said, I hate dudes who won't do right but also won't let you breathe. And the bluntest read, sending revenge to your ex's new man when she's the mother of your kids is the goofiest thing I've heard in 31 years. But what do you think? Is Offset truly brokenhearted or just spinning the story? Drop your thoughts below, smash that subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the next messy update. See y'all in the next one.